So they show up and explain everything that happened. And they go look in the Book of Shadows, and they don't find anything on the kids, but they find a whole page on the ice cream man. And yet, there's a lot of stuff left out about the ice cream man, as we find out at the later in the episode.
Yeah.
But like,
All right.
in this, it just says like he's a mortal dude. He's just some guy who is like the Slayer. He was chosen to be the ice cream man, to be the guy who drives this interdimensional ice cream truck around to suck demon children in.
Yeah. Like, after discovering all this, like, and that they aided the bad guys and that the good guy is now dying in ice cream truck dimension.
Hey,
what do
Flashman,
they
how you
do?
doing?
They go and open the bar and hang out there.
Oh, right. They do go to the bar because they think that.
Hey, Chrome Bison. Oh, Flashman, we might be doing something at the end of the month. Just to let you know now, there's no date yet, but we might be doing something at the end of the month. More information should be happening next few days.
Yeah.
Hey, Captain Angel Star, what's up? Cat Hermit? Don't mind me. Oh, boy. I will keep you informed indeed. I have got my place is a wreck. My place is a rent-a-wreck. Not much just living. At the end of the day, could anyone ask for anything more? Oh, hey, Knitting Samurai. I just thought I would come on and say hello and see how everyone's doing. And you may be like, but Jack, your room is a wreck. You obviously haven't cleaned in a while. Why are you such a slob? Fuck you. That's what I say. But the real answer is, old Jackula took the last few days off because old Jackula needed to, like, I was going through a thing, and that thing was, no, I don't wanna, I didn't want anything. So I decided to just sequester myself for a few days and not do anything. I don't know if you can call that living, but, I survived. Man. Hey, Jack. Hey, cute little cat girl says, hey, Jack, just posted something in Hangout that really sums up this whole thing. God damn it. Are we still doing Nancy comics? For those of you who don't know, for some reason, cute little cat girl likes to send me Nancy comics. It's become a thing. No one is currently in voice. Why no one's currently in voice? What are you doing? Good morning. Grab his dick and twist it. Oh, well. I don't think that was it, because I don't think that's from cute little cat girl. I think that's from Mousedon. Cat Herman says, hey, man, I slept until 4 in the afternoon. Having depression sucks. Yes. Yes, it do. Yes, it do. Oh, was it the not safe for work general? No, I don't think that's it. All right, I am spared the Nancy comic for now. For I see nothing in the general hangout. Oh, wait, no. Oh, yes.
Wow. Fucking bullshit. Fucking bullshit. Fucking bullshit. Holy shit, oh fucker. Fucking bullshit. Fucking bullshit. Fucking bullshit. Son of a bitch. What the hell? Oh motherfucker, goddamn bullshit. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh holy shit, bullshit. Goddamn motherfucker. Oh fucking bastard, goddamn fucking shit. Oh fucking shit. Son of a motherfucking bitch.
Alright, pussy, come on in, pussy lovers! Here at the Titty Twister, we're slashing pussy in half! Give us an offer on our best selection of pussy! This is a pussy blowout! Alright, we got white pussy, black pussy, Spanish pussy, yellow pussy, we got hot pussy, cold pussy, we got wet pussy, we got smelly pussy, we got hairy pussy, bloody pussy, we got snapping pussy, we got silk pussy, velvet pussy, nalga hide pussy, we even got horse pussy, dog pussy, chicken pussy, come on, you want pussy, come on in, pussy lovers, if we don't got it, you don't want it, come on in, pussy lovers.
Yeah, that's much better. Oh man, maybe one of these days life will be chill. Actually, I don't even need life to be specifically chill, just so much as good. So let's try to make some good memories here. As I... blood sugar's doing really well. I could have ice cream if I wanted. I'm not gonna, but, you know, if I wanted. So I gotta tell you about the latest in my quest to get my long-form birth certificate, as it were. A thing that really only exists if you, like, fucking change your name. And even then, that's not what it's called. It's called a change of name document. So, since January, I've been trying to get a copy of my name change document so that I can get the real ID, because my name was changed when I was very young. And so I got to change it. And, well, it's been changed. Now I need the government to acknowledge this. So I did it. And I keep getting back the wrong document. I have paid many places. I've spent almost $100 trying to get this thing in total, and it keeps coming back with the wrong document. So I finally called the court. I had to call the court, and then they gave me another number, which was like the number of a file clerk. And get this, I had to request a certified copy with the case number, which luckily I had, because I have a copy of this thing. It's just not stamped for some stupid reason. A stupid reason I do not know. Which is why I need an official one that has a seal of the fucking state of fuck you on it. And I've got to tell you, the answer I got was not encouraging. They're like, all right, write a letter, put the case number on it, say you need a certified copy of this case file. Put your address on the envelope. Send us a check for $5. Now, you're probably thinking, wait, okay, so you just went to the website. No website. You have to send a letter with a stamp on it to the courthouse, to the circuit court, and just say, hi, give me a copy of this. Here's a check for $5. Send it here. That is so low tech, I am terrified. So right now there is a letter floating through the ether, trying to get its way to the state of my birth to tell some guy who works in the archive to send a certified copy back to me. He charges me $5 for this. Which I have to write a check for. Luckily, I knew where my checkbook was because I haven't had to write a check in like 10 years. Some states now, if I had been in California, this would have been easy. This would have been very easy. But no, because it is not a state that is not California. I won't name names. I have to go through all this horse shit. The stamp costs $5. I don't know. I don't know what it costs. Luckily, I had stamps. Like pretty recent ones, too. But I'm like, wow. I had to fucking do this in order to get my own documents. And it required two things that I am no longer guaranteed to have. Actually, three things if you count the envelope. Because when's the last time you sent, like, a letter through the mail? Some horse shit, I'm telling you. Come on. life is a joke. Oh. What the fuck is my phone beeping for? I didn't say it could beep. Everyone asked me, like, which monster would have the weirdest dick? I said Pennywise, and everyone's like, wait, what kind of dick would Pennywise have? And I'm like, exactly. Oh. You got some Rick James on vinyl today? Went home last night. She wouldn't make love to me. Ah. Life is weird sometimes. Why am I looking at YouTube? That's bad for me. We're all watching YouTube right now. It's all bad for us. Ah. Go refill my coffee cup. Be right back. Oh, I haven't watched Ethernaut. No. No, I've been catching up on Doctor Who with my viewing time. I've been watching woke trash. according to the internet. We're deeply uncomfortable with Doctor Who being black. Well, I'm deeply uncomfortable sharing the planet with you, but you know, we all gotta live with it. Live with it. Oh, see, now I got Rick James stuck in my head. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Man. What the fuck are we... God, what the fuck are we doing? What the fuck am I looking at? Yeah, this is another reason why I've been gone for a few days. I've been having trouble. I've been having trouble thinking of shit to talk about. Unity. Yeah, exactly. What's going on? No, society is completely collapsed. Fucking all life is a lie. Nah, fuck it. How's the game going? It's going all right. It's going all right. Trying to figure out like what to do with my life. You know, I guess I think about killing myself pretty frequently. You know, the lie at the heart of multiculturalism. Dude, I just look. God. I don't know what to do about a couple of things. One, YouTube fucks. Now, I know I technically am a YouTube fuck, so live with that. That's something I've got to live with, so you got to suffer with me. The other thing is that I just am so fucking tired of the right-wing grift. I'm tired of the left-wing grift too, but like I can ignore them. Right-wing grift is harder to fucking ignore because it's a lot more dangerous, and I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I think we have to fucking admit I'm starting to think that these are not mediocre men. These are low end of the spectrum men. I'm starting to think on the scale of quality, maybe of people, maybe the middle ain't so bad. And we're giving the mediocre a bad rap. Now, they don't get an award. They don't get a cookie or nothing. But I'm starting to think that, like, people like Trump, Sargon of Akkad, Charlie Kirk, and all them, that's actually the low end. That's the low end of the pool. Like, that's the low end. That's not the mediocre end. That's not the middle. That's the low end. You know, just because they have enough brain cells to string a sentence together, kinda. I'm actually kind of coming to the conclusion that they just beyond suck. Why else would they hate multiculturalism so much? Like, it's got to be a competition thing with them. It's got to be this deep, deep inferiority complex. And while I don't think everyone with an inferiority complex, like, deserves to have one, I think some do. I would say a good 50% of them do. And I can't believe and if there's just going to be a rising population of young men who buy into their bullshit and don't grow out of it, yeah, we're all fucked. We're all fucked. These idiots are going to be our bosses. Or more importantly, your bosses. I'm getting too old. I'm getting too old. I'm going to turn into the fucking poor guy on the street corner that everyone spits at. You know, they're not going to be my boss. You know, mentioning someone called Deaf Noodles. Yeah. Yeah. They're all turning into conservatives. Why? Because they suck. They suck. Like, and look, I'll give you a fucking industry that has been filled with nothing. I'll show you mediocre. Okay, I'll show you what mediocre actually is. Every comedian besides Josh Johnson, who is under 30 years old right now. Probably 35, 40, probably. All the young comedians right now, particularly the ones that you'll find through the internet, they're okay. I mean, you're not going to laugh. You're not really going to be offended either. I mean, Josh Johnson's the only one with any talent. He's the only one doing anything interesting. Rob Schneider's the definition of mediocre, yeah. Yeah, he's the definition of a mediocre comedian. But, like, even all the young ones, like, the young ones, there's no brilliant star. You know, they just all come from the podcast bro world, and they're not that good. Like, I even saw, like, this one guy called Something Grayson, and he's, like, got some sort of Andy Kaufman fucking bit that he's doing right now where he breaks down on stage, and I'm just watching it going, no. If it's between doing this and killing yourself, fucking do it, and do us all a favor. Your act sucks. I do have a third option, though. You could just stop trying to do this and leave everybody alone. You know, you don't have to kill yourself. I'm just saying if you have to go on stage in order to not kill yourself, I know what I'm voting for. You know, but I could be compassionate. How about you just stop? How about you just fucking stop? You know, why is it? I understand that fucking comedy is hard to do. But I don't know who said that you had talent enough that you fucking got up even on an open mic night and tried. You know, well, that's the thing. Like, it's one of those, like, I really hope. Oh, thanks, Riggs 83.
Going to have a stream tonight.
But, like, there are some people who are just so bad. You're like, no. Do not go do not go public with this. Please. I'm not asking for you. I'm asking for me. Because, like, I don't want something that terrible out in the world. You get that belly moving, son, or hit the bricks. You're a comedian. Like, no, I really do feel like fucking David Lynch in that Louis C.K. episode. You know, when it comes to like when it comes to like the new upcoming crop of comedians, it's just awful. So you want to host Letterman? You want to host Late Show
on CBS?
Yeah, that's.
Well, here's the thing with that, champ. That's
short for champion.
If you want to be a talk show host, it's better if you're funny. Now, there have been some guys who are not funny. Tom Snyder, David Susskind, Ted Koppel.
But funny is better.
But funny's better. Now, have you ever had any experience with being funny?
Yeah, I'm a comedian.
You're a comedian. Well, I've known you for a week and you haven't made me laugh once. I had no idea you were a comedian. I thought you were a newsman.
Oh, I'm not a newsman. I'm a comedian. Jesus.
Well, all right, let's see it.
See what?
See the funny. Make me laugh. Go.
Go?
Go.
Oh.
Funny. 3, 2, 1. Go.
I'm not that kind of funny.
What kind of funny?
The kind where you just say go and I'm funny.
All right, I think you better leave my office.
Jack, Mr. Dole, I look, there's different kinds of funny, right? There's different kinds of performers. I'm not that kind of performer.
Let me tell you what you are. You're whatever you have to be to make people laugh. Anytime, anywhere, anyone.
You turn it on
You turn it on a dime. You get that belly moving, son, or you're out. Now tell the truth. You're just scared. Like a rookie. You're like some kid at a talent show with a number pinned to your shirt. You got nothing or you would have shown me now. So get out. Thank you. Have a nice
day.
Fine.
That's how I feel. That is how I feel about the current crop of new comedians. Good or bad.
Entertainers exist to help us recognize good entertainers the same way wars exist to remind us of peace.
Yeah. I mean, there's still some good comedians out there. Don't get me wrong, but they are a little few and far between at this point. You know, Brian Posehn's still good. Patton Oswalt's still good. You know, but those are the old guys. Those are the guys who've already proven themselves again and again and again. You know, like, fucking Skeeter. Like, no, Josh Johnson is really the only one who's talented. And he's the only one doing any of the only young comedian that's doing anything funny or interesting.
Start clapping right now. Start clap for Josh Johnson, y'all. Let him hear it.
I've been genuinely obsessed since I saw it from the moment that it happened. You know, it was around Thanksgiving, and what a thing to be thankful for. Wow. I can't stop reading Drake's filing. Drake's court filing, suing UMG. I mean, Drake suing UMG, Spotify, I think iHeartRadio, yeah. Like, he's suing everybody but Kendrick. Like, all right. In case you don't know, because I don't expect everybody to just know everything I'm talking about all the time. In case you don't know, Kendrick Lamar is a rapper. He's a phenomenal rapper. You know, some are saying the best to ever do it, right? There are a lot of people that, yeah, except Drake, yeah. Kendrick Lamar is absolutely killing it right now, and he was in a beef with Drake. Now, if you don't know, Drake was a rapper.
Oh.
He was a rapper until Kendrick Lamar rapped while he was rapping, and then they did it at each other, and it did not go well for Drake. Now Drake is suing, and it's such a thing to take apart because it's genuinely complicated. Right? Like not just the suit, but the reasoning for the suit, and like who would actually be in like a bad position, you know? A lot of this, weirdly enough, if you go all the way back, starts with Kanye, now known as Ye, right?
Oh,
now,
we're going here.
During his Life of Pablo tour, Ye went on this rant. Now, Ye became known for rants. That was like a thing as far back as the Yeezus tour. Probably started, I actually think it started when he was touring 808 and Heartbreak, where just mid-concert, instead of an intermission, he would go on a wild rant, right? Like, and sometimes the rants would have some genuine little nuggets in them of like, oh, that's an inspiring thing that he said. I'm gonna hold on to that. And then sometimes it would be full of things where you were like, does he know? But he's all right. And in one of these rants that became like part of going to the concert, what's Kanye gonna talk about? What's he gonna go off on and everything? During Life of Pablo, Ye does this thing where he's like, radio lied to you, right? Now, Ye is probably one of the most imperfect messengers of our time. Like, it's sometimes, hear me out, once in a while, sometimes he has something to say that has genuine value in the industry. There are things that he says that are inspiring to anyone who takes inspiration from it, right? And there are some times where he's like so unclear, but he's like about to get there, right? And this was one of those moments because what he was basically saying was that Drake and some of these artists, they were being artificially pumped up. They were being force-fed to us. We could not get away from them. And he took issue with it because he was like, look, you're being lied to. Something is being sold to you that is not genuine. Something is being sold to you that is completely artificial. It's a machine built by an industry to take your money. The thing that you're being sold has no soul to it. There's no artistry to it. It's just like a complex compound to take as much money from you as possible, maybe to give you the feeling of something genuine, but it's not there, I promise you. It's all been talked about behind closed doors. They've all come up with a plan to take as much of your money as possible, to take as much of your attention as possible, and to have you feeling like you're connected to some of the most hollow people who have ever lived, right? But instead of saying that, he goes, radio lied to you. So understandably, in the moment, people didn't quite understand what he was trying to say. You know? And then there's another interview more recently during the beef when it started where, you know, Ye basically says he was, and it's something that a lot of Drake stans brought up, where he was like, a lot of us involved were just so excited about the destruction of Drake, you know? And they were excited because depending on who you talk to, Drake been a menace for a minute. Like Drake has been sleeping with people's very significant others. You know, he's been doing like shady stuff. There's people who've worked on projects with Drake, and then he went ahead, and even though he worked on the project with them and was happy to collab and everything, releases a project that's kind of like theirs right before, just to. There's things he's being accused of that are like, none of it is illegal, but a lot of it is terrible, right? And so, you know, Ye had his own issue with him, Drake, Kardashians, all that stuff. And so he was like, what people don't understand about Drake is that he has a rich baby daddy named Lucian, and Lucian was the top of UMG. And so now at the top of UMG, you have someone pushing Drake nonstop. And if you heard Scorpion, I don't know how you missed it, but it was the most pushed album maybe of all time. Basically, if you got on Spotify, there were people that sued Spotify because they were like, everywhere I go is Drake. I can't click away from Drake. He's coming up on playlists that have nothing to do with him just to push Drake. You will literally type in, look, I'm looking for like a little gym bob to get like some exercise too, but I really want it to be mellow, like a little Regina Spektor or something like that, but a little bit more tempo than like a Regina Spektor. And then Spotify would be like, do you mean Drake and braids? Like, you know, you'd be like, I want some hard rock, like something classic, something that is maybe like hair metal, you know, like some of that glam punk to it and everything. And then Spotify would be like, do you mean Drake making a mean face? And you know, he files these lawsuits, and the internet comes for him. They come for him in a way that I thought the beef was bad, but the way that the internet came for this man when he sued, they were calling him Aubrey Graham Cracker. They were quoting lyrics from him. It was I don't know, it was kind of hard to watch. Like I don't even like Drake, and I was like, man, this is a lot. You know, but he sues, and I think a lot of people don't understand what the defamation suit is about. Very quickly, basically, he sues first UMG for what he's saying is botting Kendrick, making it so that Kendrick's song "Not Like Us" is more successful than it actually should have been, right? Making it more popular through bots and through like manipulation because they made it cheaper for it to get streams, which means more people would play it and stuff like that. They lifted some of the copyright so more people would do reviews of it and stuff. And then he sues for defamation, right? And the defamation is still, once again, this is a petition. This isn't like a full-on lawsuit for damages, but it's basically saying that UMG shouldn't have let Kendrick release Not Like Us because of what it said in there about Drake and them knowing that it was false, right? And this is my thing about that. It's weird that he it sued for Not Like Us, but not Meet the Grams, which was so much worse. If you don't know, there's a song called Meet the Grams where, like, Kendrick talked to his whole family, talked to his son. It was everyone. That's defamation. I felt like he was defamed, as in less famous right then. Like, it's kind of wild, you know? But here's the thing. This is why some people are on Drake's side. And I'm not just talking about Drake's stance, right? What he is alleging is that basically UMG, who he's been in this contract with, he got a $400 million contract from them in the earlier part of the 2020s, right? And he made the money back so fast, they start renegotiating again. And if you make $400 million back quickly, they probably gonna need to pay you $600, maybe $800, who knows? And that $400 million contract was the biggest contract in music history, right? And so now he's taking these people to task in a way and at a time that is scary for the music industry. You know, music industry is losing market share day by day. I'm a firm believer that no matter what music you like, I don't care what it is, I don't care what genre, you personally, you have not met your favorite artist yet. You haven't met your favorite artist at all. You have to keep listening. You have to keep looking. Your favorite artist is out there, and they're trying to get to you, but there's a machine in the way, right? And so the same machine that built Drake up is the machine that is genuinely in the way of artists who are trying to get to you to be your favorite. Because you already have this connection. You just haven't heard their music yet, but it's coming, right? You just have to keep looking. And it's hard to look right now because of basically what Drake is alleging, that UMG, some of these big ones, they use payola, they use all these things to make sure that their artists are the only artists that you hear, so that your favorite is the best of what's been presented to you, right? And it's a tough thing because to call UMG out for it, for Kendrick, without acknowledging that it like you know because you were. Yeah, I mean, like that's a tough one. That's yeah, I mean, that would be like somebody at Goldman Sachs being like, they stealing all your money. I'm like, yeah, okay, all right, I believe you, but weren't you an executive? Yeah, but I'm suing because they stole from me too. They have no scruples at all. They'll steal from anybody. This is unacceptable. You know? And so what Drake is basically alleging is that through the beef they had with Kendrick, UMG actually picked Kendrick and they built him up as much as possible to tear Drake down so that when he came back to the table and he was going to ask for more than his $400 million, they could look him in his eye and say, your stock has gone down. You're not what you used to be. You can't sell the same tickets. You don't get the same streams. How about we give you $350? And it's a lot. It's not the same. It's not the same at all. But it's something similar. I see a lot of what is happening with Drake right now, at least in regards with UMG. Just, I'm talking specifically on this part of the suit, not the defamation, not anything. I'm talking about the way that he's in a negotiation with UMG while something else is going on in his life, and it's hindering that negotiation, right? It reminds me of something that happened with Michael Jackson, because Michael Jackson got so powerful with Sony that he both found out and then accused publicly his lawyers and Sony of working together because he was becoming too powerful. He was owning too much. He was owning too much music. This man had the rights to the Beatles. Like, that's crazy. And so he said, you know, Sony is trying to hurt me because they're not promoting my album in an era that didn't have streaming in that way. They botched my album just to try to get things from me that are mine, you know? And it's similar to Drake in a way because both of them were the biggest artists at the time. Biggest artists in the world, right? And they're both like... Just hear me out. They were both... They're both listen. They're both black men that everyone called white, right? And I think that some of that, a part of that, is definitely present in people's feelings on the suit, right? Because there are some people that obviously think it's funny. I kind of think it's funny, you know what I mean? But then there are people who I've heard from and who I genuinely agree with that you can't get away from the fact. You cannot get away from the fact that these two individuals, even though their suits are not the same, even though their situations are not the same, these are two individuals who built themselves up to be the biggest in the world. And when it came time for a company to pay them, maybe they did whatever they had to do to not have to do that. Now, I don't believe, personally, the botting thing, because people genuinely were dancing to Not Like Us. People were genuinely losing their minds to Not Like Us. Like, I guess I believe the bot angle that Drake has if he thinks all black people were bots. Like, that's kind of what it would take. You know bots. You know how. You know how bots be. And look, when it comes to the bot thing, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've done a version of what Drake is doing in my head, just personally, because bots are all around us, and they're actually one of the reasons we fight so much. You think that everyone disagrees with you online. I'm not saying everyone agrees, but not everyone has the vitriol waiting for you, that it feels like it. We found that a lot of some of the nastiest things that get said online are bots from other countries just to stir people up, you know? And the bot has no investment in whether or not you actually get outraged, but it's just rage bait that's literally made to whether it's to keep you on an app or to distract you. Bots are everywhere, right? And I sometimes take that to my emotional advantage. You know? Like if I get into an argument with somebody online and they make a good point, I'm like, that's a damn bot right there. That's... Like I used to be on the apps back in the day, and you know I would sometimes meet somebody, chat with them a while, then go on a date and everything. Maybe the date wouldn't work out, but I didn't get their number, and so I messaged them again on the app, and they don't respond. Like they ghost me, and I'm like, that damn bot's something else. That's... These bots are out here wilding, right? Like, you know? I remember I got into argue with my mom, and she was making some really good points, and she was really, like, letting me know that she was disappointed in my actions and everything, and really told me why. Broke it down, how she didn't raise me to act the way I had been acted and stuff like that. And I went ahead and typed in the text, because I saw the text bubble bubbling and everything, and I knew more was coming. And I was like, look, I'm gonna have to cut this bot off. Like, don't have time for bots. It's a good tactic to take. Anything in your life not going the way you want, call it a bot. And I read and I talked to people as much as I could when the beef was going down. And I talked to Kendrick stans, I talked to Drake stans, I talked to people who did not listen to hip hop at all, who really didn't have a stake in the race at all. And there were people that were saying like, oh man, the only reason Kendrick stopped dropping diss tracks is because he was scared Drake was gonna hurt himself. Then I talked to people that were like, no, Drake dropped last, so the ball is in Kendrick's court, right? I heard delusional takes, I heard erratic takes, I heard takes that were just sort of blah, whatever. It's two grown men rhyming at each other, I don't care. Like, I heard it all. What I did not hear from Drake stans or hip hop fans at all, the entire beef was, he should sue. That smells like a lawsuit. Never came out of anybody's mouth, right? And so understandably, there are people that are upset with Drake for suing, because it's like, wow, if you sue and then you win, what does that do to battle rap? What does that do to hip hop? Hip hop literally has artists talking about other artists being like, I'm going to sleep with your baby mama. Will they still do that if that person can sue for damages? There's something that is that's like linked, that can't be broken about hip hop and the sort of distance from power, right? Like if you're in the streets or if you are street, you're not supposed to be in court unless they catch you. You're not supposed to. You see what I mean? It just feels a lot to me, everything that's happening right now between Drake, Kendrick, and UMG feels a lot like what happened between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury in boxing, right? Because you look at Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, two heavyweights. In case you've never watched boxing, I'll make it very simple for you. Two heavyweights in the world that were number 1 and number 2, right? And we rarely get that in a lifetime, that the best in the world is fighting the second best in the world. And Tyson Fury is a world-class boxer, and Deontay Wilder hits really hard, okay? He's not quite as good of a boxer as Tyson, but he hits so hard, you think that he must knock the soul out of people, right? And so, sure enough, they fight. And in the first fight, Deontay Wilder knocks down Tyson Fury in like such devastating fashion that when he hit the ground, personally, so he got knocked out for a second with his eyes open, and I thought he was dead. I was sure I had seen something terrible. Like I was sitting there just looking around, even though I knew I was the only one in the room. And Tyson Fury had been through a lot. He had battled his way back from addiction, from some serious mental health issues. He talked about wanting to take his life and everything. And this man gets knocked down by Deontay Wilder in one of the later rounds. Even though he had been putting in good work the entire fight, this punch came out of nowhere and it knocks him down. And then out of nowhere, he blinks. And a part of me was like, he might still be dead. That's a reflex. I've heard of dead people blinking. That doesn't. And then he blinks again, and then he gets up, and he gets up all at once, just sort of rolls himself up and stands up, and the world is shocked. It's one of the biggest moments that year in sports. How did this dude get up? That feels impossible, right? This man sits up, stands up, and even Deontay Wilder is like, I thought you were dead. Deontay, like, he wasn't on camera in this moment from this angle, but he was probably looking at his fist like, I thought I killed him. That's okay. And they finished the fight, and the fight is a draw, and a lot of people thought that Tyson won the fight. And a lot of people said that it was a draw because boxing is rigged and it's corrupt and everything like that. I'm willing to believe both those things, but basically they did have to fight again because it was a draw. So neither one of them had lost their O yet, right? Second fight, Deontay Wilder shows up ready. And in his mind, he's like, I almost killed this dude the first time. So I'm gonna knock him out this time. It's gonna be simple. It's gonna be easy. I'm gonna get right to it, right? I actually gave him a little too much respect. I backed up a little bit. Go in, right? And Tyson Fury beats Deontay Wilder, and beats him pretty bad. And I kind of thought he might beat him because I saw the documentary in the lead up, and there were people talking about like, oh, you know, Deontay's been knocking out his training partners when they're just holding the pads and stuff. And I'm like, that sound like he doesn't have aim. That's... You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a boxer, but if somebody holding the pad here and you knock that man out, you missed. So, you know, Deontay Wilder gets beat in that second fight. They throw in the towel and everything. And Deontay cannot accept that he lost the fight. He actually cannot accept it. He literally says, like, no, he must have cheated then. because I almost killed this dude. This dude must have cheated. And he takes him on this long campaign. They try to investigate him, everything. They even pull out a clause where they have to do a third fight, even though Tyson wants to go and fight someone else now. And he goes on a whole campaign where he's like, no, this guy cheated. He must have cheated if he beat me because I had him. This dude, we thought he was dead. I had this dude, and then he just beats me like that. There had to have been something, maybe he had brass knuckles in his glove. There were all of these theories going around, even in the boxing world and stuff. And that's what happened to Drake. Drake didn't believe Kendrick could beat him. He was like, no, too many people on my side. I'm too popular. I'm too big. I'm genuinely too big to fail. He thought, even though he was going into contract renegotiations with UMG, let me go ahead and have the sparring session with Kendrick. Number one, number two, going at it. It's going to get a ton of buzz. And then after I beat this dude, I'll be able to come to the table and be like, pay me my $800 million. Because I just took out, supposedly, the best rapper, right? And then it didn't happen that way. And so now he's saying, you must have cheated. There's no way, you know? And this is a genuine mistake. Because now, if this actually follows all the way through and goes from a petition into a lawsuit, Not Like Us is going to go into public court records. A stenographer is going to have to type out the lyrics to Not Like Us. I don't think he thought it through. Do you know what I mean? Because, and this, look, maybe this is me being a hater. This is me making some assumptions. I'm just throwing it out there. This is what I think. I think genuinely that Drake's lawyer is definitely white. And so now I'm worried for Drake's lawyer that he's going to be in a predicament where he has to defend his client from the and then read out the lyrics to Not Like Us. Now look, rap lyrics in court is nothing new. Rap lyrics get used to, send rappers to jail. It gets used against them. It gets in all these different ways. It's nothing new. But whenever you're in court and you got to read the lyrics, usually court likes to still keep things proper. So they'll probably do some replacements. You know what I mean? Like, I think when Drake's lawyer gets to the end where he's gonna have to be creative. Gonna have to have a different word in there. Probably something like, gentlemen. He's gonna be standing there having to read the lyrics to make his point. He's gonna be standing in front of maybe a jury, who knows, right? He's standing there. Okay. They tell me Chubb's the only one that get your hand-me-downs. Party at the party playing with his nose now. And Baca got a weird case. Why is he around? Certified lover boy. Certified. Your Honor.
Foggy.
Wop, 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 wop.
You don't have enough.
Dot, F them up. Wop, 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 wop.
I'm gonna do my stuff.
I'm gonna do my stuff. Why you trolling like a female dog? Ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord, and that's a lot of O's. And it's probably A. I mean, I'll try. A. Minor. I'm sorry, I'll do one quick correction here. They're missing an apostrophe R-E here. They're not like us. They're not like us. They're not, actually, I'll just take away the contract. They are not like us. They are not like us. They are not like us. No. It's brutal. It's absolutely brutal, you know? And I'm torn because there's things in this suit that if it goes through, if they can prove that UMG and even some of the other big labels are still using payola, maybe they have to do such a big payout that they make it not worth it to do it again. You know, that's a genuine hope that I have. Or maybe the government can look at these labels, look how much power they have, and you know, it's unlikely, but break them up a bit. Right? They're already losing market share with us, the people. They already don't have the power that they used to have, right? No matter how much they push, no matter how much they repeat, sometimes it just doesn't work. Because we know they're doing it, by the way. We already know they're doing it because we know when we look at charts and they're like, this is the top artist. And we're like,
Who?
Who? I've never heard of this person at all. Do you, I guess. You know? So if the structure came tumbling down, that would help the little guy, the new artist. The artist that's been trying this whole time to break through. Reminds me of the story of Samson, right? Make it very short. Samson was very strong, loses his strength, and then becomes enslaved by the Philistines. And then while he's between two pillars, he begs God, give me my strength back. Give me my strength back so I can take revenge on the Philistines. And God gives him his strength back just for that little bit of time, just for that time that it took to push the pillars, crack them, break it down, and bring it down on him and the Philistines. And I think that's what could be happening here. You know, because I don't know how Drake moves on from this at all, whether he wins or he loses. But I know that he might be able to bring the structure down with him, on him, right? And there is a genuine part of me that's split because I don't think that the bots thing happened in that way. I'm sure that generally it happens with every big artist. I will say that. I think no matter who you are, there's probably bots pushing, pulling, whatever. I don't think it's enough to make someone number one, but I do think that it must just happen, right? But the part that I can't get over is that, like, as much as I don't like Drake, that's a black man trying to get paid what he's worth. You know, he made that money back for them. They should pay him. They do owe him. And I don't think they used Kendrick. I think Kendrick is not only an incredible artist, but he was at the right place at the right time. I think if this beef had happened in any other time, maybe it wouldn't have gone the way that it went. I think Kendrick is smart with his timing. He's obviously brilliant with his music. And I think that he knew this is it, right? You speak on me, I speak on you. But even Kendrick said in Euphoria, still love when you see success, right? His rival, this person he can't stand. So even Kendrick, to some degree, probably thinks, I hate you. Don't get me wrong. If you fail right now, that'd be hilarious. Like, I hate you. I hate you. But also, you made them that money. You know? Because there's no real proof, which I think actually hurts Drake's case. There's no real proof that he is not going to make a comeback because he's still one of the number one trending artists without releasing an album this year, even as he lost all that stock. And the stock he can get back quickly. I'll tell you how. I don't know if he'll be able to do it, but all he has to do is be like, y'all, look, y'all, could be an Instagram story. He loves that. Instagram story where he comes to us, the people, and he just says, look, y'all, all right, maybe this isn't the way. He got me. All right, I got God. But you know what? I got something for you, my fans. I have new music coming, and I hope you love it. That's it. Let it go. You know what I mean? You got God. This stuff is way weirder. You're clearly spinning out. if anything, it makes me more afraid of Kendrick because you gotta remember first lines of Euphoria. Superpowers getting neutralized. Famous actor once knew was looking paranoid, now he's spiraling. Who lets you sue as a rapper? You gotta be spiraling to do it. That's like being a bona fide gangster and getting shot and then being like, police! You know? I think that, you know, Kendrick caused a full release of the culture, of the movement. People are excited, revitalizing hip hop. There's a chance that with this suit, if he wins, if he follows it all the way through and he wins, that Drake could loose the people from the industry in a small way. And there's a chance that you could get to meet your favorite artist. You know? I guess I'll just end it most appropriately with a line from J. Cole. I love to see a black man get paid.
Yeah, in my opinion, that's Josh Johnson. He's the only young comedian worth a fuck right now. I mean, it doesn't hurt that he's the only one that stands out because all the other young comedians are just white dudes. You know, and like I said, they're not necessarily even bottom of the barrel white dudes. They're not like podcast bros. But they come and are influenced by that podcast bro world. And so they're mediocre. You know, it's like, yeah, you know, would I listen to them? Is there a free drink involved? You know, like they're not so bad that I would walk out, that I would ignore free drinks. But I don't think I would pay to see them. Well, you could probably pay me to watch them. Hey, dog. And I'm a pretty harsh critic, so I'm sure they'll get by. But if this is their A game, they really ought to quit. Really, really ought to quit. Like, there are just some people need to stop. You know, like, clearly they're not good at what they're doing. You know. Hi, doggy. You know, they're not particularly good at what they're doing, and I think they're harming the rest of us. Oh, come here, doggy. 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 Is the I regret my Trump vote, here's my PayPal grift a thing now? I don't know. There's definitely like some shit going on where, I don't know. See, here's the thing. Here's the thing about shit like that. We really are talking about people who kind of are at the bottom of the barrel. You know, they kind of are at the bottom of the barrel. You know, like these grifters who are like, I tried to get a black man arrested. Now give me $400,000. Like that kind of shit. You know, they do that kind of shit, and then like, you know, people donate money to them. That's bottom of the barrel shit. You know, that's real scumsucker fucking behavior. And the worst thing about it is that I don't just mean the grifter. I mean the people who also donate to them. You know, the people who also donate to them are also like bottom of the barrel, low end of the spectrum, like people. you know, and I hate to say it that way because I don't like to think that any human being is truly above any other, but man, people just keep proving me wrong. You know, like that's what pisses me off. It's like, no, I don't think anyone, one human being is greater than another in any sort of real, you know, objective way. And then I listen to someone from MAGA fucking talk for 5 minutes, and I'm like, except, you know, like it's like that kind of thing. You know, that's how MAGA has personally, morally injured me, is by every day fucking putting on display that no, they're right. We're not all created equal. You've just got who's ahead of who flipped. You know, and I think honestly that they know that. I don't think they acknowledge it, but I think they know it. You know, because everything that MAGA does bespeaks of the inferiority complex. It's why their greatest pleasure is just making us upset. You know, and it is for a lot of them. It is their greatest pleasure. Not family, not friends, nothing but that Trump makes people so angry that they love it. That's their great pleasure. That's their meeting Jesus. They have never had a high like that before. That's why they worship him. That is pathetic and terrifying. Would you? Dog's licking his balls. Or where his balls formerly were. Yeah. Let's see. Let me. Like, I feel like when I think of MAGA, I really do think of Gary Jules' cover of Mad World. You know?
Bright and early for their daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere. Their tears are filling up their glasses, no expression, no expression. Hide my head, I wanna drown my soul.
All right, where's the part I'm waiting for? Where's the line?
No tomorrow. And
Here we go.
I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world.
You know, like, just damn. Just damn, dude. And then, you know, and because they are they are like that, they'll just take American democracy down with them. They can't take it. They can't handle it. Oh, please tell me I'm going to play the original TV. Well, maybe I could probably play a little bit of it. Probably can't play all of it. That's what you get. But yeah. That's the thing. That's the thing that this is consistently always gets me. You know, like, oh wow, you're really kind of miserable fucks. And you have the power to destroy everything people love. Wow. God really is a sadistic fuck. Hey, doggy. Oh, is the other doggies barking upsetting you? Yes. Got your foot, got your foot, got your foot. Don't fart at me. Oh, don't. No, no. I don't even know what we're doing right now. Dog's just lying on my bed like, look at this. Oh, he stopped. That's how it's going to be. That's how it's going to be. All right. Now he's giving me doggy eyes again. Okay. Oh. Yeah. I like the cover because of the original Donnie Darko, not the extended one. Man, talk about a one-hit wonder, that director. Pink Gorilla, Las Vegas. What the fuck? All right. We got to look at this. Whoa, hold on. Hold on. I got it.
Opening. We actually had a few items that we left at Cody's house after.
What up, peeps? Welcome to the new Pink Gorilla.
Abby and I are here in Las Vegas for Pink Gorilla's brand new store grand opening.
All right, what kind of store? Oh, it's a video game store.
He hung the lights. Okay. He built all of their shelves custom.
Ooh, I want one. Oh, Pink Godzilla. Pinkzilla. Kind of into that. I don't need any of this other crap, but like Pink Godzilla looks cool. Oh, man. Put something in the Discord that sums up MAGA. Jangs? What? Oh, jerks. Yeah. I think that says jerks. It's a real low-res image, so it's hard to read the handwriting. I know, it looks like a Hello Kitty store. You know, jerks. Hi, dog. How is he? Okay, he's sleeping. He's trying to look like he's sleeping. I see his little doggy eyes open. But yeah. There really is something like kind of weird about jerks. Like people who just because I know that I have to be pushed very far for me to actually wish ill on someone. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. Clearly it does. I mean, you have pushed me pretty far. You can't just be occasional jerk. You have to be jerk on such a level. Oh, the Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Oh my God. Okay, how long is this? Let's get away with a little bit of it.
I'd like me a splash of whiskey to wash the trail dust off in my gullet and keep my singing voice in fettle.
Whiskey's illegal. This is a dry county.
Well, what are they drinking?
Whiskey. These outlaws.
Oh, well, don't let my white duds and pleasant demeanor fool you. I, too, have been known to violate the statutes of man, and not a few of the laws of the Almighty.
You ain't no outlaw. And we don't drink with tin horns.
Sir, it seems that you are no better a judge of human beings than you are a specimen of one. Just on a brief inventory, I'd say that you could use yourself a shave and a brighter disposition. And lastly, if you don't mind me aspersing your friends, a better class of drinking buddies.
Your shooting iron work.
Appears to do, yes. Huh. It appears that the vitals of this lucky son of a gun remain unpunctured. Sloppy shooting on my part. Here now. I'll get that for you, partner. The coup de grace I'll leave to the wolves and Gila monsters. Adios, amigo.
Yeah, it's a Coen Brothers movie. Ugh. Oh, sequel to Neuromancer, you mean Mona Lisa Overdrive? Ah, boy. Let's see. So yeah, man. I was thinking the other day about who we are on the internet. Oh, Count Zero? I thought Count Zero was the third one. I thought Count Zero came after Mona Lisa Overdrive. Or is that the other way around? Is it the other way around? It's been a while since I read all three of them. And fucking Neuromancer is definitely the one I remember the most. Well, let's see. Count Zero. Yeah, no, Count Zero is the second one. Yeah. You're right. Count Zero is the second one. Huh. Huh. I forgot the whole like SimStim subplot. And I was just looking at the wiki real quick. Oh, you've only seen Raising Arizona? Oh man, you should at least see Big Lebowski. That's a good one. Barton Fink is also really good. Barton Fink is probably one of the weirder ones because like that one enters like fucking dream logic really quickly. Do I think Overdrive needs a remake? Oh, you mean Maximum Overdrive? AKA Trucks? I think I've gone on record as saying Maximum Overdrive is perfect. I don't know if I need like another version of Maximum Overdrive, you know, or Trucks for that matter. I think that's the perfect adaptation. When Gravity Fails is a great series. That is a great series. Like aggressively pro-trans, those books are. And especially considering that it's set in a near future where the dominant religion is Islam, man, it's a head trip. it's a head trip because, like, it does not shy away from a lot of Islam's grosser sexist aspects. It talks about some of its better aspects too, but it doesn't shy away from the nastier ones. But good question, Jack. What would you consider to be the best evil vehicle? Well, I mean, Maximum Overdrive's pretty good. But I think if we're depending on who you ask, this may or may not count. It counts for me because we never see the driver. But Duel, I think, is the best evil vehicle movie. Like, if we're just talking about like sheer quality and, sheer quality, Duel. Now, The Car is my personal favorite. Car is my personal favorite. It's not as good a movie as Duel. But it understands the assignment. The Car absolutely understood the assignment. It's Jaws on land with a car. They're like, all right, let's make the shit out of this movie. So I would say if I was to pick the best, it would be Duel. If I was to pick my favorite, it would be The Car. No, I don't. No, rubber doesn't count. It's only a tire. It's not the whole vehicle. I know when the car runs through that woman's house, you're just like, that is the moment that, for me, when that movie becomes solid gold. I laughed so fucking hard when that happened. I will always love the movie for that. What about Christine? Well, Christine's really good. But we were talking what I thought was the best. Difference between real good and the best. Why is the car alive? Here's an Anton LaVey quote. Sometimes the devil can be a beautiful car. What about the car Road to Revenge? Not as good as the original. Not saying it's bad, just not saying it's not the original. Oh. Like the original The Car that's just something special. If spaceships are allowed, magnetic rose? I don't know. Have I ever seen Monster Man, the sci-fi original movie? Let me, I don't think I have. No, I haven't seen this actually. Huh. I never even heard of this one. Huh. Well, I guess I've seen it. I guess I should see it. Man. Why am I scrolling through Instagram? Gonna close that shit right now. Oh, man. All right. I gotta fucking do something. Come on. Well, you know what? Maybe I should end it here because I can feel myself getting ready to get like a little sad because I'm looking at videos and I'm looking at topics and I keep seeing stuff about the MAGA woman who fucking like has that GoFundMe, and I'm like, that shit's gotten about as much more than enough attention, you know. So I'll say this. I got nothing to say to MAGA, or more importantly, there's nothing from MAGA I care to listen to. You know, it'd just be hate watching, and I don't know if I need to be wasting your guys' time with that. So, let us end here on something of a high note. Oh, by the way, I saw Thunderbolts. It's pretty good. I enjoyed it. Wasn't like the best Marvel flick, but it wasn't the worst. It's pretty good. It's about middle of the road. Well, no, it's better than middle of the road. You know. Oh yeah, that's right. Ghost is in the Billboard Top 100. I think it was actually for that day number 1. Yeah, let's see. Ghost Billboard 100. Ghost earns first number 1 album on Billboard 200 with Skeletor. Yeah, grabs the number 1 slot on the Billboard 200 chart. Number 1. That is above. That's above Kendrick. Oh my God. Damn. Let's see. It's above Mayhem right now. It's above Billie Eilish, right? Oh, it's thoroughly above it, Billie Eilish. Above Taylor Swift at the moment. Damn. Well, I don't even know why I'm bothering, because if you're number one, then clearly you're like everyone else is under you. Hail Satan. I don't need hip hop to be dethroned. I'm just excited that Ghost is number one. You know? Damn. That's some sweetness. Yeah, Satan's on the rise, brothers and sisters. Hail Satan. So until next time, Ave Satanas, Disco Inferno, get yourself a copy of Skeletor, and remember, Satan and I love you all very much. Until next time, hail Satan.